All right, good afternoon and welcome back to Fat Cat Collections. Today I'm doing another watch unveil or watch review. And if you're new to my channel, basically I review mainly watches. It's mainly what the channel's about. But I'd say mainly watches, second colognes, but I review all products. And you know, anytime I make a purchase or have something to say, I like to share it with my subscribers because this is how you learn about products, and this is how somebody sees has something that maybe you didn't think you might want, and then you see a review on it, and then you say, hey, maybe I'll pick that up. So I like to share all products with you guys. But like I said, mainly my channel is about watches, and this is the watch I'd like to share with you guys today is a brand that I've been working with where they actually will send me products to review. And most of the time, I keep the products because I like them so much, I end up purchasing them. So, just when you see me reviewing a product like this, just because I'm, putting it out there and saying good things about it, it doesn't necessarily mean that, like, I'm not doing that because I'm getting it for free. Although I wish I was, although I should. But no, I'm reviewing this because I'm giving you guys an honest review of what I think. And you guys know, I love watches, and my favorite brand is Invicta and Aragon, and I have to tell you, I would have said Invicta not that long ago, but I tell you, Aragon is coming out with some amazing pieces that is really bringing them up, in my opinion, to my love for Invicta, and it's actually pretty fascinating, really. I mean, they make an amazing product, and I've often said in the past that. Hang on one second, my girlfriend's texting me. All right, hey. First things first, right? So anyway, it's amazing the value that you get with Invicta, and I've said in the past that Invicta really is the best value, in my opinion, of any watch on the market. I mean, hands down. But I have to tell you, Aragon, I do feel Aragon's creeping up, and I in some respects, I have to say Aragon's even a better value than Invicta in a lot of ways. Invicta, they make a lot of their watches use Ronda movements and ETA movements, which is a Swiss-made movement. They fall under Swiss-made, and a lot of people give me slack about this because some of them use Swiss-made parts. Regardless of the fact, they do fall under the Swiss-made movement as far as most of their watches are concerned. And again, some of them use Japanese movements. And one thing I've always loved about the Pro Diver and the Grand Diver is that they do use your Seiko NH35 Japanese automatic movement, and that is just an exceptional value for what you're getting. I mean, you get that watch anywhere from 100 to 150 and upwards, depending on which one you get, but on average about $150. And where are you going to go get a Seiko automatic movement watch with like 22, 24 jewels, depending on the model, for that kind of price? So that is an exceptional value. And what I love about Aragon is that they're doing the same thing, but in a lot of their more unique designs and bigger designs. And Aragon, you can spend like $200 with Aragon and get a watch that will blow you away with an automatic movement. And now, I think chronographs are nice looking, and you do pay more for a movement that is a chronograph. But your Seiko NH35 or NH34 movement that they use in a lot of their watches, you're still getting an automatic movement. You never have to worry about the batteries. You just have to worry about setting the watch. And, it blows me away that they can give you that kind of watch for that kind of money. So, enough of me talking. Let me tell you about the watch I'm going to review with you today. Now, I am wearing one I just reviewed a couple minutes ago. This is the Aragon Millipede. That's an exceptional watch. Check that one out if you haven't. But the one I want to review today is one that I have reviewed in the past, but I got a different execution of the watch. And the first one, I just want to show you, I have them both here. I reviewed this one not that long ago. And this is your Aragon Silverjet, your redesigned Silverjet, where they basically took the same case when they were under the Android name, and they just made some changes to it. They changed the bezel, they changed the face, and they kind of made this watch, remodeled this watch several different times. But this is their best, in my opinion, their best remake of this watch because of the band. And the band is just awesome. They do this roller bar kind of system on it. It just is very unique, and I've never seen another watch with it. So I've reviewed this watch. I'm not going to show you too much about this watch, but the one I am going to show you is this style right here. And this one's done with a different movement than the other one that I showed you in the past. It's the same watch, but this one's done with the Miyota movement. And what I love about this watch is that, one, it's gold, and I had to pick it up. And I was going to get the other watch in gold, just like the silver one that I showed you in the past. But I went with this one because I didn't have one with a skeletonized face, and it's a different movement. So I said, let me go ahead and get that one in my collection. Still, The only difference between this one and the other one is that this one is done without any mirror polishing. It's more of a satin finish. But I wanted to get it, and I got it, and I'm glad I have it. So let me share it with you guys. Stay tuned because I am going to order another one of the other style, but I'm going to do it in the black this time. So stay tuned for that. So a little bit about this watch. What I love about it, again, you have your skeletonized face, which the only negative thing I have to say, I wish they would have maybe did something different with the markers, made them smaller, and did a... I mean, the lume on this is great, but... You know, this watch is so beautiful, and the movement's so beautiful. I wish they would have made this cutout a lot larger and made the markers smaller. I would even prefer not to even have the markers on this particular model. But nonetheless, it has them. It's fine. But you can see it does have sort of a cutout there. It's not a huge cutout, but you can see the Miyota movement underneath. This is naturally done in your two-tone. The Silverjet uses what they call a case and cradle. You have your cylinder down the middle, and it's actually screwed together or held together by this case. It's sandwiched together. They call it a sandwich design. It's called the case and cradle. You have your Aragon logo on the side. You can see it's a satin or a brushed finish on the case on both sides. Of course, you have your kind of sandblasted finish on the bezel. A few polished points on the bezel. Then, of course, your band is done with this roller bar system, which is done in a kind of a brushed stainless on the actual bars. And of course, you have your brush finish down the center of the links, and of course, your like sandblasted finish on the sides of the links. What I've said about this watch in the past, I love it because on the other version, it's polished down the middle, and these roller bars help protect the band, which is really nice because you don't really have to worry about scratching that mirror polishing. But on this one here, naturally, you don't have the mirror polishing, so it's nothing you really have to worry about. And again, of course, you have your exhibition back with that gold-plated Miyota movement, which I think is just beautiful. The movement on this one here is your Miyota. Give me 1 second here. See if it says on here. It may not say in this. No, it doesn't. But it's one of the Miyota movements, which is it's an automatic movement. It's a fantastic movement. I like it because naturally the Miyota movement's actually gold. It's very, very pretty to look at. And I like how they have the pendulum on the back there. It's actually cut out. I don't know if you can see it there. Kind of hard to see at this angle here. Bear with me, guys. There it is. You see how you can see right through the watch. And I think that's why they chose that movement, because it is kind of a skeletonized movement, more so than, of course, your Seiko NH35. It's a little more decorative, I think. Beautiful watch, guys. Beautiful watch. Measurement on this watch, about 50 millimeters on case diameter, of course. I believe it's about 20 millimeters in case thickness, 20 or 21. It's a very thick, chunky watch. I love the roller bar system. This watch also is done, if you're not really a fan of the, let me go to show you what it looks like on the wrist. If you're not a really big fan of the gold, they do make it in a, this particular model in the skeletonized face, of course, they do make it in a silver as well, which is a nice look. And I'll just go ahead and show you what it looks like compared to the other Silverjet. And this is another option if you're not really a big fan of the skeletonized face or the black face. If you get it in this particular version, it's the same thing, but you have mirror polishing down the middle. The case is mirror polished. It'll be a different movement, of course, and you'll have the day of the month, whereas this one does not. But it'll have a gold face. So not quite as flashy as your mirror polished ones, but I'm still glad I got it in my collection. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful watch, and it is just, again, Aragon's just coming out with some amazing, amazing designs. So let me go ahead and show you what it looks like on the wrist here. I'm about 5 foot, 8 inches, 5 and 7 inches tall, 160 pounds. I have a 7-inch wrist, so naturally all of them look pretty big on me. Show you what it looks like there. I mean, it's one of the best designs that Aragon has come out with. And it's funny because, you know, when I first got into Android or Aragon, and if you don't know, if you haven't watched any of my other videos, this company used to be called Android, and they had I guess a problem with the name, so they went ahead and changed to Aragon. And when they did that, they brought a lot of the styles with them that they had under the Android name, but they've done some tweaking, some remodeling, some size changes. This one here is exactly like the Silverjet they had under the Android name. Of course, but they've changed the face, they've done it in an automatic movement, whereas the other one I have is just a quartz movement. They've changed the band, and, you know, I'm sure they'll make a lot more changes down the road, but as far as this particular style, whether it's under the Android name or the Aragon name, this one here is absolutely one of the best designs, in my opinion, they've come out with. And guys, this watch is inexpensive. You can get this watch right now. Let me take a look and see what, because prices kind of fluctuate. You know what I mean? And I mean, a lot of times people will say, oh well, this Aragon or not Aragon. Let me find it here. Some people say, oh well, Invicta has a huge markup on their watches, and then next thing you get them cheaper. All watch companies and most manufacturers play that game where they'll put a really high MSRP on them, and then turn around and have a sale or whatnot. It just gives them room to move, depending on what a seller can get them for. You know what I mean? So, but this watch right now can be had, and this is a steal. I'll put a link in description where you can get this watch. You get this watch for under $200, guys. And I mean, this is an exceptional watch. And I have to tell you, actually, right now, you may pay a little more for this particular model because it looks like that they're sold out. You may find them through my links. Those links will update with any kind of watches that are available under this name, and you'll be able to get it for, I guess, the most fair price. But as you know, whenever a watch becomes discontinued for a while or they sell out, the price tends to go up. So if you want this watch, I would act pretty quick on it because right now it looks like they are not available. However, if you do like it, you can still pick it up in the mirror polish, but you won't have the skeletonized face or the mirror movement. It'll be more like the silver one I just showed you. And get another little close-up here of it. And what's nice too is that even though the watch is not mirror polished down the center, you definitely get a little more shine down the center there because of the brush finish against the matte finish here, or the sandblasted finish, if I'm saying that correctly, of the sides of the links there. Alright guys, well, another looker by Aragon. Amazing watch, Aragon. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for sending me this product so I can go ahead and review it. Seems like I never send anything back. I always keep it because I like the watch so much. By the time I get it home and throw it on the wrist, it's like I can't let go. So all you watch fanatics out there know how that goes, don't you? So once again, thank you very much for watching. Remember to help support the channel. If you want to make a purchase, use the links in description. It'll take you to some of the reputable sellers through eBay that I make my purchase on. Some people ask me questions, what do you think about purchasing on Amazon or eBay? I have links once you go to the website, Fat Cat Watches, for both those. If you prefer Amazon, look for the Amazon link to the web store on there where you can pick this up. And it does help to support the channel. So if you do like my content and you enjoy what I share with you guys and you want to make a purchase, if you click those links and make the purchase within 24 hours, it does help to support the channel. I do really appreciate that. Again, remember to subscribe. That also helps support the channel. Remember to click the little notification icon as well, the little bell icon, so you're notified anytime. Even if you subscribe, you want to be notified anytime I upload a video. You'll get an email, and then you'll know that I have a new video up. There's something to share with you guys. So remember to do that. As always, if you have any comments or questions, I check my my comment section, religiously throughout the day with the app on my phone. So I'm always in contact with you folks. Any questions I usually get right back to within an hour. So guys, thank you very much for the support. Thank you very much for watching. Definitely pick this watch up for your collection. And as always, have a great day. Stay tuned for more.